If you are married, listen to me carefully. If you are planning to go into marriage, listen to me carefully. Pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. This morning I was going through the scripture and then a verse came alive. The reason why we're having a lot of issues in marriages. The reason why we're having a separation in marriages. The reason why we're having a lot of divorce now. This scripture actually brought out a lot of things to me and everything was clear. Right? So pay attention to me. This is not your usual relationship advice. This is a warning to you. So pay attention. We'll go with me to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 3. But we'll read from verse 1, then we'll go over to verse 3 so that you understand the contents. Alright? So I read. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, right? Unholy. Follow this one carefully now. Without natural affection. This is the reason why we're having a lot of gays, lesbians now. Without natural affection. The next one said what? Truce breakers. This is where it anchors. Truce breakers. What is the meaning of truce breakers? A truce breaker is someone that breaks covenant, someone that breaks agreement. And marriage is a covenant. Truce breakers are breakers of covenant. In the last days, there will be a lot of breakers of covenant. Pay attention. In the last day, and we are in the last day now, a lot of covenant breakers they are too much now. Not because they want to break those covenants, not because they want to get married and divorce. No. But there is an atmosphere in the last days that causes men, that influences men to break covenant. Men cannot keep to agreement in these last days. They will promise to do this, they will never do it. These last days there will be a lot of breakout, a lot of separation, a lot of divorce in marriages. Reason being that this is the atmosphere, this is the last day. Even when your wife doesn't want to break up with you, doesn't want to separate with you, something will influence her. Even when your husband doesn't want to break out or separate from you, something will influence him. He will not have any reason for separation. That is why you see many reasons for divorce now is unreconcilable differences. What is that? Unreconcilable, meaning that they can no longer reconcile it. What is the problem? They can't even tell you. They just know that I'm tired of staying with him. I can no longer live with him. I'm no longer feeling the marriage. So therefore I want to separate. So therefore I want to divorce. There will be no reason for divorce these days. These days somebody just wake up and divorce. That is the environment we are in, the dark environment. Pay attention. If you're not careful in these last days, you will marry even a pastor and then you will divorce. Yeah. If you're not careful, that's why relationships, people are breaking up. We have a lot of breakfasts. Now everything is close. Breakfast is too much. Last, everybody could chop breakfast. It is almost true because the environment we're in, except you understand it, or you go chop that breakfast. Is not the knowledge of how to handle marriage will not keep you now. You see those 7 principles of lasting marriage will not keep you now. If you don't understand that we have entered the new era, we have entered the last days, perilous times. Truce breakers. There's an influence that causes men to break covenant. They will desire marriage, but when they get to marriage, something will influence them to say no to marriage. They will break that covenant. So what is the solution? How do you keep your marriage even in these last days? How do you keep your relationship even in these last days? How do you keep your marriage in these last days? How do you overcome this truce-breaking spirit that is already at work everywhere? This one, you can't deny it. It's in your face. Even your relationship, you can't even keep relationships. You can't even keep that your boyfriend. You can't even keep that your girlfriend. You are jumping one person to another. You promise this one marriage. Even the people that are married, you can see how marriages are falling not, whether you are a celebrity or not, this spirit doesn't care. It comes on you and it influences you. You will do whatever it wants you to do. No reason. So how do you overcome it? One of the surest way you can overcome it, because this is a spiritual something. It's not what you do by head knowledge. So you fight spiritual thing by spiritual, spirit to spirit. So if this is the case, how do you fight it spiritually? The only way you can do it is by prayers. Bring your wife in prayer. Bring your husband in prayer. Always pray for your wife. Pray for your husband. Pray for your marriage. Pray for your wife that no influencing spirit should influence your wife to think of divorce. Your husband, no influence spirit should influence him. Cover him in a place of prayer. Cover your wife. Cover your marriage. That there is no truce breakers will come. No one that is an agent of marriage breaking to come into your marriage. Come against every spirit of truce breaking, covenant breakers. Come against them. Cover your wife so that when this atmosphere is roaming about, it will see your wife. Your wife will be covered. It can't disturb your wife to begin to see, my husband cannot perform. My husband doesn't have money. My husband this one. Truth breaker, when that spirit comes to a person, it begins to give you reasons to leave your husband, and then that reason will not be tangible enough. You just decide to leave you just get fed up of the marriage without no solid reason. So one of the ways you can cover or shield your family is by prayers. So these last days, pray more than you have never prayed before. Wake your wife up in the morning. Make sure you pray in the morning before you go to bed. Pray for your wife. Pray for your husband. This is the only way. Now this is just for marriages. In my subsequent video, I'll be teaching you about other things that was revealed to me as I was studying the scripture. A lot of things is happening now. So this message is for you to start praying for your wife, your husband, pray for your marriage, pray for your family. I hope this actually helps you to understand where we are headed. God bless you. Do not forget to subscribe, share this video and follow.